It's your boy, sorry, but it's your boy Banana Man, and if you could tell from the title, we're gonna be checking out my survival world. This is a solo survival world with no cheats, no duplication glitches, nothing at all like that. And I'm just gonna show you around, and I'll show you how to build stuff too, like if there's a certain system that I built for something, yeah. So first, as you can see, we have a nice little chest room. We got blocks, drops, gear and supplies, nether. Oh, we don't have any agent debris left, and we got some overworld stuff too, as you can see. I haven't actually been to the end yet in this world, but I don't know if I have enough ender pearls to go there, so I'm just saving up a little more. Oh, and yeah, as you can see, we have the netherite sword with a lot of great enchantments there, and the netherite pickaxe with a lot of great enchantments. We also have a diamond chestplate over here, and I'm gonna put these on my leggings one day, or when I have enough experience level, but I don't have the leggings or experience levels yet, so we're just gonna put that on hold for now. Alright, so if you can come over here, you can see the farm area. Oh, that was bad, but we got pumpkins, melons. I didn't replant my carrots. Oops. Pumpkins, melons, and then we got more farm over here because I was running out. And this, it's very loud, but it's a sugarcane farm. Yeah. There's a more compact model for this, but as you can see, this one's working just fine. And later on in the video, I'll show you how to make this sugarcane farm, or I'll just like one basic one. Where did the minecart go? Why did it get stuck? Alright, normally that doesn't happen. I probably just like ran into something, or maybe I opened the chest or something. I don't know. But as you can see, it didn't get stuck for that entire time, and I got all this sugarcane, and there's still a lot more. So we're pretty set on sugarcane for quite some time, and emeralds too, for that matter. Yeah, of course, it wouldn't be a very impressive world if I just had these farms and this lousy little house. No. We also have this thing, which used to be a smelter, but now it's just 2 hoppers and a furnace, which lead into nothing. But this is the pinnacle of beauty on my world. As you can see, it's a giant box. But the question is, what is inside the box? Well, as you could tell from this beautifully designed redstone contraption, I'm kind of a redstone master. And as we go in the house, you could see it's just a mob spawning room where I could go in and get some XP to heal my tools. So there's a couple of other really cool things. As you can see, we have my enchantment table. Well, it's an enchantment room. I gotta finish carpeting the place, but we got some good enchantments. I got everything on this bow from one thing except for power 5. It was power 3 at first, and then from this one, I got everything except for mending in one go when it was diamond, which is not very common. And I've got also good enchantments on my sword from this, so it's a pretty lucky enchantment table. And we've got this nether wart farm. And on top of here, as you can see, we got a beacon. We're giving ourselves strength and regeneration by my home base. And it's a pretty good thing to have, strength and regeneration, because I kind of want to move this beacon next time I fight the wither. Oh, I'll go and show you where I fought the wither before I show you anything else, because fighting the wither was a pretty interesting experience. Nah. First, finish showing you my home base area. We have this nice fish farm. How it works is you take your fishing rod. Let me put on my helmet. Take your fishing rod, you fish into the sign, and then You get XP, your rod doesn't lose durability, and it all funnels right into this chest over here, whatever you were to fish. So it's a really great system. Um, I'll put a link to how to build it in the description. This is a carbon copy of the one by JC Plays. I just made it out of granite because I'm kind of thug. And yeah, let's go show you where I fought the Wither. Because the place where I fought the Wither, I'll show you what that thing is in the distance in a bit. As you can see, we have a village, and this is my spawn area, right by that giant ruined portal. It doesn't look too big from over here, but it's pretty big. I also found a mushroom island in this world, which it's at like negative. It's that way, really far in the distance. As you can see, look at that. It's massive. Look at it compared to the villager's house. It's the biggest ruined portal I've ever seen in ever. And there's a lot of villages in this world. There's that oak village right over there that you just saw. And there's another fruit village down there. And that's really convenient. It's not that good because like eventually, you know, how many villages do you really need? But it's a lot of free loot for the early game, which I didn't find most of these villages in. This is probably a good seed to speedrun. The only problem is it doesn't really have a desert, which kind of sucks, but one of the reasons you need a desert for speedrunning is to what's it called? It's to get the temples, and one of the reasons you need temples is for the TNT. We're in Java speedrun anyway, but TNT doesn't really drop. It only drops 33% of the blocks in this version of the game, so it really won't. You really don't need the desert, or you really don't need the TNT. It's better to get all the free loot from the ruined portals, which you probably could build a full portal out of just the loot. There's a couple more ruined portals here, but this isn't like a seed tour. This is like my base tour. I could do a seed tour on this some other time. And this is where I fought the Wither. He was nice in this obsidian cage, and then, you know, broke out, kind of ruined the terrain a lot. And, oh, we set up an iron golem left from. You should have. I mean, I would have died from the Wither if it wasn't for the sacrifices made by my beautiful iron golem, snow golem. We had 4 iron golems, I think, and what am I doing? We have 4 iron golems and a snow golem to help us out. The snow golem lasted longer than I thought. Alright, and as we head back home, I'm gonna take us straight to the giant cobblestone thing you saw earlier. It's the giant cobblestone thing, that's pretty cool. And I'll show you what it is in a sec, but it's gonna blow your mind. Or maybe it won't blow your mind. Maybe you've already seen it before. Anyway, I was talking with a friend the other day, and he was like, you know what should be invented? And I'm like, no, what? Prescription goggles. At first it sounds stupid, like, right? Like, why would you need prescription goggles? But if you think about it logically, if you go into a pool, right? And you buy goggles, right? What's the point of buying goggles? You want to see clearly underwater, right? That's why you buy goggles. You buy goggles, you get to see clearly underwater. But if you can't see clearly at all, then you wouldn't buy goggles because they wouldn't help you anyway. Because even if when you wear them, you still can't see clearly underwater. So prescription goggles is probably a good idea. I've heard that they make them, but they're really rare and like kind of expensive. That's not really nice. I feel like it shouldn't be a thing like that no one ever hears of, because they'd probably be super handy to some people. Like, let's say you want to be a swimmer but you can't see too well, like they should be a lot more, like, you know. I never known about it, but I guess if you're a swimmer and you can't see well, you would have looked into it. But just something I feel like a lot of people don't know about, and it's something that I think people should know about. And as you can see, this is an iron farm. Now, I tried my best to copy the one by JC Plays, but yeah, I kind of took a lot of shortcuts, and it worked out fine in the end. The one by JC Plays is really specific. You don't have to be that specific. I'll tell you everything you need to know about the iron farm right here. That you need to make the iron farm work. Before, if I don't, like, get absolutely but destroyed by these mobs, and we're good. Okay. Bro, I swear. What am I doing? Okay. Great, it's raining. Yippee. So, as you can see, the things that we need is 20 beds lined up in the center, like this. There should be at least 20. 20 is probably the number you want to stick with. Then you don't need the lava, but it makes the farm more efficient. You need all this water lined up like this, a magma block in the middle, and that's about it. And then, oh, and then 10 villagers locked away safe near the village, at anywhere near these beds. So at least 10. So as you can see, I have 10 villagers. They're all safe. Or there's 10 over here. And there's a lot of villagers. You don't need roofs for them. You could actually interact with these guys as normal villagers. As you can see, we're getting some great deals from this guy. And that's part of what I like about this. Oh, because like it doesn't have to be as specific. You don't actually need all of these villagers. The thing is, you just need these villagers anywhere near the village. Like look, let's go down here for a sec. There's 3 villagers down here that used to be zombie villagers. This guy's the goat. It took me like 5 hours to get this guy. He gives out mending for 1 piece of paper, right? 1 emerald, 1 piece of paper. That's ridiculous. It's also 1 rotten flesh from the cleric we have up there, which is actually, it's just really convenient. It's just really amazing. This guy gives Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 3. Well, we don't need the Fortune 1. He gives Unbreaking 3 and Fortune 3, both for 1 piece of paper, which is also a really cool thing of him to do. And as we come over here, this guy gives Protection 3 for 1 emerald, which means Protection 4 would be 2 emeralds and 1 experience level, which is also really, really inexpensive for Protection 4. And you get XP for making the trade, so it's not like you're losing like an entire level, you're still gaining XP for trading with it. And since the trades are so cheap with the villagers, I could easily heal up all my tools that I use for strip mining or other, strip mining and combat. Really, that's the only tools I have for mending. That's what I like about this, right? Because it's a nice little iron farm. And these guys, right, they don't hurt the iron farm at all. They're all linked up to those beds, and look, as you can see, the iron farm is still working. It also produces string and flowers, but the string, it comes from the cats. The reason why it looks a little empty is because I took all of the iron out to make that beacon a little while ago. And I also needed iron blocks for the iron golems to fight the wither. Right, that's the beacon. And yeah, that's basically my work. There's a little bit more to it. There's a pillager outpost down that way, which I used to start raids. I start raids on my iron farm, but okay, my foot helmet broke. That's it. So I start raids on there because the villagers can't die. There's no way for them to. I don't really die from the raid. I haven't died from a raid either, really. So that's really good. And this world is all solo. It took a good. Oh, let me show my nether. My nether's really interesting. So we boot another portal. It's pretty close to spawn. It's at the nearest lava pit, which is somewhere over here. I think you could hear it right from over here. Oh no, oh no. Here's the lava pit. Right? So as you can see, my portal is pretty close. You probably wouldn't spawn too far away from. Oh. And yeah. So we spawn next to a giant soul sand valley, by the way. I'll show you how big it is in a sec. And as we walk down these stairs, this is like my mine. It gets a lot more crazy the further you go into it. I just kind of like have a heart attack with a diamond or another pickaxe. It used to be diamond, but now we're styling. and we just go around and mine. I found ancient debris a lot in this place. It's pretty nice. It's kind of hard to navigate though, but it looks like a natural spawning cave, kind of, which is kind of cool, but it was just me, like, going like that. You know, Gasp are one shot with a power of 1 bow, but not with an unenchanted bow. That's something I found out, and that's something that's actually really convenient. So let's just do that, and we might as well do this, do that, do this, and do that. The thing is, what's over this way is gonna blow your mind. Like, oh, and something about cobblestone, right? You saw my enchantment room and my mob chamber was built out of cobblestone. Cobblestone has a very high blast resistance for a breakable block, and it's very easy to get cobblestone. Like, you never hear someone say, "Oh, I can't do this. I don't have enough cobblestone to do it." No, they of course are just able to do it, and it's pretty resilient to like creepers overall. And I don't even think gas can blow it up either. I know gas can't. Oh wow, I'm gonna die. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Whew. You're gonna die. Come on, I have a protection 4 diamond chest plate. And I'm taking this much damage from an arrow. Maybe. Come on. Alright. For again, another. Why am I using my bow to destroy things? Alright. I'm out. Alright. So yeah, soul sand valleys are really annoying, because the thing about them is that you can't run fast and everything's a skeleton. That's what makes husks, right? You know, or not husks, strays, I think, the ice skeleton guys. That's what makes them so annoying. You're slow and they can still shoot you. And it's hard to like avoid a skeleton when you're slow, because they're gonna hit you more than you want them to. They're gonna hit you more than you think. But the thing about it is, if you have soul speed, which is probably a really good enchantment here, soul speed will make it really easy to survive in the soul sand valley, because the thing is that no, even if you have a slowness effect on, with soul speed 3 you still run basically I think even faster than you would run normally. And we're really close to the thing I wanted to show you now. Right? This did not take very long to get here at all. And the thing I wanted to show you, right? Don't want to spawn in there. It's another fortress, and look how close it is to the spawn. It has 2 blaze spawners, one over there, and it has another one right just over there. Let's not do that. And yeah, we're not doing that either. And this is where, obviously, I farmed up all those wither skeleton skulls, and that's how I got all those cobblestone swords. That's also how I got, like, that stack of blaze rods you might have noticed in my, other chest. And great. Thing is, with enough fire protection on your armor, you could actually MOG lava, like, if you don't in the nether instead of water. Which, that's kind of cool. Or you could MOG hay bale. The thing about MOG watering on bedrock is, I don't know if you know this, but it has like a random chance of just not working, and it's just not your fault that it doesn't work. Obviously it won't work at all in the nether, but I'm saying in the overall, like, if you were to, I'm not going to show that here, but look into it. If you like try and MOG water a bunch of times, sometimes you're gonna fail and you're gonna be like, what, why did it do that, why did it do that? It's just a thing that happens. Like, like, at first I thought it was like my fault and I was inconsistent, but it wasn't me that was inconsistent, because I could hit them on Java really consistently. No, this isn't the way back. Oh, great. Something which is kind of weird about magma blocks is you could touch them, like you could touch the sides and bottom of them just fine. You could literally put your head up against one and you're completely fine. But if your feet touch one, then it's all over. Because, you know, your feet would be the most painful. Like, it doesn't make sense why that is, and the sneaking thing also doesn't make sense. Like, if you're sneaking on a hot, if you're walking fast on something hot, it doesn't hurt as much, right? Like, have you ever stepped on hot concrete and you like start tapping your feet like up and down? Because that's how it doesn't hurt as much. It'll hurt more if you just stood there and crouched instead of running over it. But apparently Minecraft thinks differently. I mean, it's a kind of particular thing, but it's a thing that just like doesn't really make sense in the game. Normally the game is good at things making sense, and the portal should be right over here. Alright, so we're loading into the creative world. And this I just wanted to make sure that like NBT data copies like as you bring it up. But anyway, vanishing. And maybe next video you'll probably find out why I was testing that kind of stuff. These are my original models for sugarcane farm, and then I saw a tutorial about again JC Plays, right, on how to make a updating one that goes really fast, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So his looked a lot like this, but there's a couple differences. He used a different clock. This clock I find like a lot easier to get because I find this clock I find it a little more like cool looking, right? So just 4 observers, one pointing down. Well, let's actually start from the beginning. You need a sand block and the sugar. Well, I like to use sand. You could use dirt technically. Sand and a sugar cane. Alright, sand. And well, you can't use the sugar cane yet. Then, as you can see there, let's break these. That's okay if you break those ones. You need a hopper facing into this block and a stair facing the other coming. Oh, I messed everything up. So anyway, you need a hopper facing into this block just like that, and you need a stair block over here just like this. Then under both of those blocks, here we can do this now. Then under both of those blocks, you need a dispenser facing up. Wow, I'm bad. You need a dispenser facing up. A dispenser facing up, just like that. And you can put these stairs back. By the way, this can be any waterloggable block. And this, well, you probably shouldn't use sand for this. And just this to make sure none of the water can escape and harm the redstone signal. And then you could put one on top of here. You don't really need this, but you need a temporary block anyway. And then you put the piston on top of this temporary block. 4 observers, one. The thing is, you need one observing this block, right? Then you need one of them observing this block. Then you need one observing this block, and you need one observing this block. And out the back here, you're gonna want to make something that looks like this. Right, and then you're gonna want to have that all hooked up to a yeah, I did this right. The floor is messing me up. 2 block comparator line, just like that. So redstone, redstone, redstone. Comparator. This will give you like the delay you need, like the last part of the delay that you need to have And then you come under here. Redstone, redstone, redstone. Redstone, redstone. Yeah, this has to be a solid block, just to make sure the redstone faces right. You don't need this piece of redstone. And what you're gonna want to do now is inside of one of the you're gonna need a water bucket, or 2 water buckets technically, but you need a water bucket, and in creative you just need a water bucket and an empty bucket. You place 1 water bucket in either of these. Since this is all covered up, I'm gonna use this one. Well, that was stupid. That won't happen once you have the sugarcane on the sand block, which should be here. So 1 water bucket in there, and then you place the empty bucket below. Or 1 empty bucket, not 16 of them. Probably was a fast way to do that. And then just the water bucket into the dispenser. And you can cover up this redstone if you want. It might be a good idea. And all you have to do to get the farm started is place another sugarcane there. And yeah. Oh, this should be a chest, probably. You could also add a better collection system. Like I used a minecart with a hopper because it has a big pickup radius and you don't need as many surrounding blocks. If you didn't have a minecart with a hopper, you need like blocks over here, blocks over here, blocks all around here, and like 1 up there. Which, I mean, I guess it's not that much of an inconvenience, but since I find iron in my world to be more renewable than glass, because I don't have a desert, I'd rather just use the minecart with the hopper. Because it actually has a really big pickup radius. And yeah. Alright. So that's basically how you would build the sugarcane farm. It's a pretty good build. I would build it. You should build it. Let's go back into my main world now, so we could. I'm pretty sure there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah. Just since this is a copy of the world anyway, I'm just gonna go to creative so I could show you the Mushroom Island. And on the way to the Mushroom Island, we actually passed a lot of ruined portals. So the way to go, I believe it's this way. You go to like -1,000. I think we were past one more, but you get the idea. There's a lot of them, and I think we might have passed both of them already, and that was the final one. I hope not though. That would be kind of sad. And look, on this village is 3 wells or 3 bells or something. I don't know. This village is massive though. That's a really big village. And we just go down a little more, and you could see that no desert at all. Like, oh look, sand. I thought it was a desert. It's not. A giant ravine. The last ravine I found in this road, it wasn't. I don't think I've like really took note of this one because I was tired from going all the way to the. Oh look, another village right over here. The thing is, it's a lot of plains, a lot of forests. It's kind of an interesting seed, but this is my first mushroom biome, so I figured I'd go over there and show you guys what the mushroom biome is all about. Because I don't know, like, other than the seed, like, you could choose what biome you want for your seed in this game. But other than that, I don't think many people have ever actually seen what a mushroom biome is. So, and this isn't like a small one. This is a big mushroom biome. Look at this. That chunk didn't load in, but as you can see, there's a cave system under it, which starts up over there. And as expected, there's a lot of mushrooms, but I don't see any mushrooms right now. But it's probably like entity lag, or like they're not. Look, hold on, I got this. Look, we found a mushroom. But why there aren't any other ones, I don't know. When I found it in survival, there was lots of mushrooms. They're just not spawning in right now for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah. This is a really cool biome. We've got caves of all sorts. We've got mushrooms of all sorts. And I think that's where I'm gonna end the video. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Banana Man. I'm from Star. You know, I'm pretty cool. And I'm gonna close. Thank you.